Welcome. Today is another card challenge set to me by Linda. This is my end product from today's challenge. If you want to see how I've made it and you want to see how it is different from what Linda has made, please watch to the end and where I compare the two. So let's get started. In this envelope is a challenge. So this is Linda's completed envelope in her style. So I'm putting that back in there. I'm not even going to look at it. So this is what she has given me to do. So the challenge is all of the elements for the card that she has made in the other envelope is here. It could be a different colourway, but ultimately the elements are the same. So let's have a look to see what those are. So I can see we have got a card blank, which is 5 by 7, and that is in cream. We also have a green sheet. I think that should go on there. We've got Dad die cut and what looks like here the background for that, and I've got some of the same shape. So do they mat up? Yes, they do. That's bigger than that. Those mat up. And that mats up. So, is this supposed to be bigger? No, it's exactly the same length. Okay, so that was my mistake. These are the same length. These and all these other elements mat up. So let's have a look. So I'm pretty sure that this goes like this. So I'm going to stick with what I've been doing a lot of recently, which is the top fold tent card. And let's have a look. Let's audition everything in place just to see what we like. I'm tempted to stick these before I audition them. Does that go all the way across there? Yes, it does. Interesting. Okay. So where do these go? Oh, okay. These look like these go up to me. I'm going to turn this round. I'm going to have it as a side fold card. And I think I'll have the solid green, more solid green at the bottom. It's not solid, but it's more solid at the bottom. I think I'm going to put that there. Let's see what that looks like. Then where does this one go? Decisions. Do I do this? Then we have, I actually like that. Okay, I like that format. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these matte layers together because I like them as they are. I'm not going to shift those about. I think they should be in there. They're in the right place. So I'm going to stick these to these three. I'm going to stick together. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So I'm going to stick these together and I'm going to come back and then we're going to have another play. Okay, so I've stuck these together and this. So this is the green at the back is 1.5 inches. And both sheets are 4 7/8. The patterned green is 1 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to stick with the fold on the left. I had originally decided I was going to go with the 10th fold, but I don't think these mats work with that orientation, so I'm going to stick this on with some Collall, and I'm staying with the darker part at the bottom. Just get that on there. I think these need to go up, which is why I've changed from this way to this way. And I quite like one in this corner and one in this corner. And then this one across the two, but kind of overlapping, so you cover the... I don't know whether I like the... And then I think the dad goes on here. I'm going to put the dad on there. What down here? Or, see, this is good for me. This is good for me because I tend to stick to the same thing. So I'm having to think outside the box. So what do I think to that? Or do I have that up? I'm sorry guys, there's an awful lot of moving things around, but I will keep this in because I do think that it's good for you to see my thought process. I really like that centered on that. I really like this centered on that. And then I think these underneath. I'm going to go with that, I think. So I'm going to get this arrangement together and then we'll come back and do this together. Right, these shapes I know are a nesting die set that Linda's got. So I've stuck those two together just using some Collall. This one I've put the dad on using some quick grab because I needed it to set quickly. I've put a piece of foam on here. I'm going to put that in the middle on the foam, just give it a little bit of dimension. So we'll stick that on now. I'm going to put a little bit of Collall on there, just so I've got a bit of wriggle room. This die set's quite easy to line up because you've got points in the middle. That's better. Right, so that's set. I'm keeping that like that. This position of that I think needs to depend on where I'm putting these. I've put foam on the bottom of these because I want those to be popping up as well. I'm trying to think where we decided we were going to put it. Let's turn it up this way so that I can see better. I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to stick this to this first. Just add some glue just down the middle because I know that that overlaps and that overlaps and I don't want that sticking down yet. Lay it down. Let's get the ruler. I want it equal each side. That's an inch. Oh, that's good. That's an inch each side. So now I just need to make sure it's straight. Nope. That's better. Okay, let's put that to the side. I think these should go down here. Yep. I'm going to stick these and come back. Okay, so these are stuck. They're stuck. So I've put them on some foam. I'm now going to stick this on at the top with some Collall. Getting the centered in the gap as much as I can. Okay. That's all the components that Linda has left me, but I think I'm going to give it a bit of bling. I'm going to put some glossy accents on the inside of these flowers, and I think I might put some green Nuvos in places. So this is the finished card. So I've put glossy accents and Nuvo Drops on the card. The green Nuvo Drops are Sunlit Meadow Nuvo Drops, and on the centre of each of the flowers, on some of them I have put Orange Marmalade Nuvo Drops, and on the others I've put some of the Made to Surprise glossy accents. They will dry differently, so yeah, I'm pleased with that. So that's my interpretation of what should have been done with what Linda has provided me with. So let's put that to the side and let's open the envelope that Linda has put in here and compare the two. So I haven't seen this until now, so let's have a look. So instantly I can see she's done something completely different. So she has put this piece further down and it is raised up on foam. She's put her sentiment the other way. She's used gems instead of Nuvos, and she's added some die cut embellishments. So there are two separate examples of two completely different cards using the same shapes papers and dies. I hope you have enjoyed today's content. If you have, please give this video a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions or a request for content, please do let me know. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.